Jordan's subjective.
Jordan's subjective.
Jordan's subjective.
Jordan's subjective perspective.
I don't know how it's gonna be like with focusing, because I feel like I'm very like one track on conversations, and then I'm very one track whenever I play FIFA. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, it's just we're trying something out. If it works out, cool. If it doesn't, just trial and error, you know. So let's get right into it.
Cool.
That's a lot of the big football.
Yeah, I will say something like I'm kind of a little bit hungover right now, and I think it's weird because like how I feel whenever I'm hungover, I feel mentally delayed. I don't necessarily feel bad all the time. I just feel a little out of it. Like that's the best way I can describe how I feel.
Like foggy almost, like your brain's a little.
Yeah.
I can relate. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I honestly, you think it's hungover? Or you think it's just your lack of sleep?
Yeah, it could be that too. I have not slept much for the past few days. So yeah, there are a lot of variables that it could possibly be.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like halfway focusing on FIFA. I enjoy this though. This is fun. I'm really happy we did this.
Definitely. It's different. I don't know if there's ever been a podcast gaming video at the same time. So I don't know. It's cool. Maybe even if you aren't interested in watching FIFA, you could at least hear us. But if you like or get bored of just seeing us talk, then you have something. It's something else to distract the viewer. I don't know if it's entertaining or not. So if you enjoy this at all, or you think it's kind of a cool idea or anything, or even if you don't like it, let us know. Tell us down below. I really appreciate that.
Well, so I went to the zoo yesterday, and I don't know. I've had some Australian buddies, which you said you met, and they said that you like would not want to mess with the kangaroo. And I don't know. This is probably just my like skeptical, naive American ass, but go Robin. But I went to the zoo yesterday. I was seeing some kangaroos. I think I could fuck up a kangaroo.
You think you could physically beat it? Dude, have you seen like a real Australian kangaroo? I haven't been to the zoo in forever, but have you seen like those jacked kangaroos that are just absolutely like?
Oh, if we're saying one of the but that's like saying like if we're gonna fight a human, that's Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay. I know what you're saying. And that's a good point because I feel like the ones at the zoo were really small yesterday.
I've never been to Australia. I've never seen a wild kangaroo by any means, but I just feel like, dude, getting kicked by one of those things.
Dude, I think I can mess up a kangaroo. I don't even think I'm a great fighter. I think I could win in a fight against the kangaroo. That's probably super naive, but
yeah, I mean,
because they can punch.
They can actually punch.
They can punch. They can strike apparently. And that's apparently what they do, and they're also extremely tall whenever they stand up because they have like those like hind legs or whatever, which probably is why they can jump so high.
I don't know. I don't think. But yeah, I don't know. I bet you a human could beat up a kangaroo. Now that I really think about it, I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
That's a tough one because they're tall. You know, they're actually on our level or higher. So. That's a tough one.
Okay, let's take like either one of us out of the equation. Let's say like just your average like MMA fighter
could beat a kangaroo up. Oh,
do you think so?
Yeah.
An average kangaroo versus what about a strong kangaroo? Like let's just say they're
like the Mike Tyson kangaroos.
Yes.
No.
Versus Mike Tyson.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so. I think they have enough power, and they are some of them are shredded, dude. Like way more muscular than any human can be. With like natural, they think they can't go to the gym like a kangaroo can't walk to the gym, and they're already that shredded. I don't know. I don't know if that's even fair. Oh, that's a goal. That's a save. But yeah, dude, kangaroos, I wouldn't mess with one if I saw one, to be completely honest.
What if you had to? You're thrown in that situation. What do you think the result would be?
I think I could at least get a couple good shots on them.
I feel like they're not also. I feel like their species wouldn't fight till the death.
No. Dude, like my maybe movie vision of a kangaroo is I guess the only one I can have, and aren't they like kind of nice? Like can't you like isn't that a tourist attraction in Australia? Is like you can go and like get pictures with kangaroos just in a pit. Like isn't that a thing?
I don't know. I know they're like the equivalent of like deer here in America.
They're that common?
Yeah, they're really common.
Really?
They're really common. Apparently so.
Well, I imagine if they're that common, then they're not like that much of a threat. That would be like walking around. Like if they were that much of a threat, that'd be like walking around with like a dinosaur.
Right.
So I don't know. I imagine they're not really like. Let's go. That was a long ball. But I don't know, dude. I couldn't imagine them being that scary. But who knows, man? I mean, they could be on the news all the time and be like, oh, kangaroo attacks.
True. And you made a really good point because the ones I saw yesterday, they look way smaller than the ones I've seen online. So who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Most definitely. I was not expecting that. That was.
Yeah, I was just sitting there at the zoo and I was just like, dude, who would win? Like, who would win?
Because you could fuck up the zoo. You could definitely. Oh, the post, baby. You could definitely take out a zoo kangaroo.
Why are they so different? You think they're just weaker from going just staying in the cage, or what?
They don't really like have to survive. Like they get fed, they get like catered to almost.
Whoa!
That's a good goal. What are your opinion on zoos?
Opinion on zoos?
Like in general. Like what do you think?
Wow, yeah, that's a good question because we were walking around there yesterday, and I don't know what I think. Some of the animals I feel sorry for because I just wonder what's going through their heads. I feel like other animals are extremely happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to like determine
what they're actually feeling.
Yeah, like the actual like happiness of another species. But I will like so. For example, here are two like completely different. Like the seals there, they looked like super ecstatic. Like they were getting fed, they were just loving it, and it just seems like they're like, this is my life. But the gorilla was like annoyed with like people because they were tapping on the glass and stuff and kind of being disrespectful, to be honest. And he seemed like he was annoyed, and he seemed like he was like aware of what was going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, but gorillas are incredibly intelligent, though, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, they have to be.
I would assume so, because they're a primate.
I feel like they make tools and stuff, don't they? Like in the wild?
I'm not sure.
Damn, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm by no means an animal expert.
See, if it was a normal podcast, we could just look up.
Yeah, true.
We could just look it up on Google.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, possibly. I have heard that some primates are entering like the Stone Age right now.
Yeah. That was on Joe Rogan, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think I heard from a friend, but yeah, that's
they're evolving that much. That's kind of crazy to think about, dude.
That's wild.
They're evolving like that. But yeah, so you're fine with zoos. Personally, I don't really. That doesn't bother me too much. But I know, but they know. Like for SeaWorld, it's basically a zoo, it's a water zoo. They know those animals hate it. Ooh, off the iron again.
Yeah, I have heard some really unethical things that SeaWorld does.
There was a very big protest to SeaWorld at least a couple years. I'm sure it's still a thing, but I just haven't heard much about it. But
oh, no way?
Yeah, Steve-O was actually really big on it. I think he went to jail because of it. I'm almost certain he went to jail because of it. He did some stupid stunt for SeaWorld.
Alright. I heard that a lot of the whales there will start getting they'll start self-harming. Yeah. They will start self-harming. That is insane.
Mm-hmm. Just because they're so depressed. I don't know. That's weird to think about. I think it is wrong, but at the same time,
it's a really difficult ethical.
Yeah, it is. I don't want to say one way because. I mean, I've been to SeaWorld, I've been to the zoo.
I would guess
it's weird. There's that's an ethics thing that we don't.
Well, self-harming, and they get violent with she other as well, apparently.
Not too long ago, I'm pretty sure they've killed trainers too. If she gets mad. Oh, that's a goal. What a save, dude!
No way.
Let's go. That's still in. Are you kidding me? You're about to score right here. Get that out of here.
Let's go, baby. Oh, bad touch. Lewandowski. Ooh. Zinedine Zidane that. Yeah, dude, I saw a video of Steve-O actually on the topic. He went to some third world country where there was street. Great ball. That was a great ball.
Let's go.
That was fantastic. Mbappe.
Wait, what
That
is
was
this dude? What is
beautiful.
R2 do? I'm not used to 18. What does that mean?
Yeah, you won that ball in the corner and sent it great crossing. But no, that looks like Justin Bieber. Did that now look like Justin Bieber with like a Donald Trump wig?
I think it was, dude. That was
I know.
He's at the game. He's listening to this podcast.
I only saw him for like a brief second, but that was definitely inspired by some real life celebrities. No, but dude, I saw a video. Steve-O, what did he do? He went to a third world country where they're like street dogs are like a problem, and he just started approaching street dogs and like trying to be friendly with some, I guess with like food or something, and he ended up finding one, and he just like treats this thing with like so much hospitality. It's hilarious.
Steve-O's a good dude.
He like cleaned it up, and like the bathtub had so much dirty water in there. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's somebody
He's definitely had a rough past, but he's made
humble beginnings.
Yeah, he's made him like a life for himself after drugs, which is.
I always forget about the drug side.
Yeah,
of
dude,
things.
he used to do some crazy stuff. I watched a documentary on him, and he was literally just. I don't even know what drugs it was, dude. It was like nitrous or something weird. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
like whippets.
Yeah, it was probably that, but yeah, he's sober now, which is good for him. Good for Steve-O. So one thing I want to ask you is, oh, by the way, Jordan has his own podcast. This is probably gonna go up on both of our channels.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Okay.
What is your reasoning for podcasting?
I would definitely say passion, excitement for life. The contacts I have now, like not in a cocky or narcissistic way or anything, but I have more friends now than I've ever had in my entire life.
Just through podcasts?
Yeah, like I have more contacts, more friends to hang out with, and I don't know. It's just it's really special, and a lot of people have taken notice in it. A lot of people have probably said some things behind the scenes, like making fun of it, but
well, I mean, that's to be expected, though.
Honestly, it just started. I was bored and depressed in college. It's like in its simplest form. Like I was just bored with life, and I lacked genuine conversations with people.
Have you learned a lot just from podcasting? Just your friends, really? Not even. I wouldn't even. Some friends, but like also like some. You have some guests on that have interesting topics on things. You've had a lot of episodes, so you've had to learn or just get new perspectives on different topics or what people think. Really, there's just something that I, from just being a podcast listener, have picked up on. So I can only imagine. You have, how many episodes do you have? Oh, thank God.
That's how many episodes I have. Oh, gee, did you just come?
Oh, let's go. Neymar.
Not a chance, baby. Not a chance.
But do you know how many episodes you have?
Yeah, I'm like 85 or something like that in. But yeah, like so, like a good example, like right now. So we were curious about apes and if they're like actually making tools and whatnot. Like if so, we don't know with like certainty. That piques our curiosity and like draws the question: are apes making tools? Like, is that real information? And we look it up on Google, and then like then it's in my mind.
It is true.
Does that make sense? Like.
Yeah.
So like you definitely learned a lot, and then I've always been a very open-minded thinker in the aspect that like I'll take other points of view into consideration. So I don't know. I don't really like have any like concrete. I mean, I have opinions obviously, but like I'm always open to like be wrong. Like, does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
I'm always open to the fact that somebody else might be wrong or somebody else might be correct and I might be wrong. Or maybe they're less wrong than me, because a lot of things I feel like they're just different. It's not a right or wrong way to look at it.
Yeah, it's perspective, really.
Right. And maybe it comes down to the particular situation as well.
Definitely. That's honestly awesome. I feel like a lot of people that start or like that would criticize your podcast just don't really know the true meaning of why you do it. Like obviously it's fun and you enjoy it, but like. There are other reasons why people start doing things like this.
True, and I let that bother me a little bit in the beginning. I'll admit it. but I've also like put myself out there, like as you know, like I was on Vine, so like
Yeah, dude. You
like I've definitely like I put myself out there, and I don't really care because ultimately I'm not gonna allow the opinions of others stop me from what I'm gonna want to do. But yeah, there's been some insecurity and some like I guess doubt that's arisen like from that, but I don't know. It's been possibly the greatest decision of my life. Without views, like it's just been so enjoyable and so like I said, I have more friends now, more contacts than ever. So oh wow, that was 90 minutes.
Yeah, we're in OT, man.
Ooh,
kind of crazy. Yeah, it flies by when we're just talking like this.
yeah, it really does.
But yeah, I agree. What? So you were on Vine. I also did Vine, but you found a lot more success than I did. That's actually how I like knew of you. I knew of you from Missouri State. And then they're like, oh yeah, that dude does Vines. I was like, dude, I need to get in touch with that dude because I love making Vines. I like writing stuff. And we did. We made a Vine and it was great. But how many followers did you have on Vine?
And on Vine I had like 40K.
Jeez.
And I was like, I think I was very close to 100 or 10 million loops total.
Dang.
Half of those being in one video because I went viral for a few days.
Which one went viral? Like I wonder if I saw it. I've seen it and just didn't know it was you.
Possibly. I don't know if we knew each other at the time.
Oh, get that out of there. What Vine went viral?
So it was basically a beginning of the semester versus end of the semester, and I did.
Yeah, I have seen.
Have you seen that one?
I have seen that. I think I might have seen it after I knew you, but I definitely know which one you're talking about.
To be honest, the Vines that do the best are usually the most basic.
Yeah.
Like that's a reason why some of the some particular people are famous because they just found a way to relate.
Some viral Vines were so weird. Like, just so bizarre. Like, the Getting Me Car girl, like, dude, how in the world did she, like...
No, Robin's right foot.
But yeah, it's just Vine was a very cool, very quick platform, I feel like.
I've wondered if they shut it down. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
I've wondered if they shut it down because it was like proven to lower attention span. I've kind of run that theory in my mind.
Was it actually?
No. I'm just like speculating why they shut it down because I don't know to this day. Like
I think it got overran with ads. To be completely honest.
Well, they didn't have a way to monetize it.
True.
Because I don't know why they didn't try at least. Or maybe they were bought out and then. I don't know.
There was supposed to be a Vine 2 coming out, but they also it was a rumor for like a couple months, and then
that's not happening anymore.
No, they canceled it. Oh. Yeah, like said the diet. I followed it. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I was like, dude, I'm gonna kill it on Vine 2. I'm older now, but now I saw an email he put out an email on the guy who was going to actually make Vine 2, and he put a Twitter thing saying sorry, it just couldn't work. And I crushed my dreams, man. Crushed my heart.
Did you know the creator of Twitter's from St. Louis?
I did not know that.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
That's wild, honestly.
Dude, I have 3 shots and you're 16, and it's tied 1-1. It's funny. But yeah, have you found success in any other social media?
Depends how you define success, but I think really I've found success in every aspect possible except for view count. In my personal opinion, with podcasting, personal growth as a person. Honestly, I value a lot of the success I found.
Ooh, get that out of here. Let's go. Saving the day, baby. 17 shots and 3.
I think I could have taken a touch and gone to that other far post. He had time. I should have. I wanted to just get the shot off, but I probably could have gotten a better opportunity there. Oh, you got that.
That's caught easy.
But wait, what was your question again?
Success on other social media platforms.
Yeah, I would say.
But no, you were talking about podcasting and your growth as a person and how you found you said other than view count. Dude, give me that touch. I do not deserve in this game. I'm very curious in how this is gonna turn out, like in general.
I think this has been a good conversation. I think the first one the game we played before this was kind of a little. It just seemed forced.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't seem like it was authentic, which it could be a lack of eye contact. It is bizarre right now. Like we're just having a conversation without talking.
Yeah, side by side.
Yeah, it's kind of like driving though.
It is.
Whenever you're in the car driving.
It is. No, I think this could work, but like I said, I feel like we would need somebody, like if we had someone sitting here with us, you know how like, Joe Rogan has Jamie, like he like looks everything up. I feel like if we had something like that to where we could look up if gorillas make tools or what age they're in as we're playing.
Yeah, it just
and be actual factual because I hate
factual.
Dang,
yeah, you should become a rapper, right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's my next medium. I'm not doing Vine anymore. I'm just becoming a rapper. That's funny. No, but that I hate having like a platform or talking and then not knowing 100% because that's just annoying. Not only to me but to the viewer. They're like, okay, well, why is this guy even speaking on something if he doesn't know?
It's better than the question never coming up at all. But yeah, like it does kind of suck. Like you have to kind of wait. Like if you care enough to know, then you kind of have to wait to Google it till after.
Exactly. And I don't know if we touched this, but we're gonna play best 2 out of 3 as for our normal podcast. I don't know if I
Yeah, let's just do a rematch. Oh, we're going to PK. Dude, I don't know how to take PKs in this game.
I don't either. We'll have to figure it out.
Oh, this is gonna be ugly. This is gonna be ugly.
So this is for the first one though. I think you run and you hit B. Like you run and just shoot. Oh wait,
I think you have to push these.
Yeah, I did.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, all you do is hit shoot. That was the slowest ball. All you do is hit shoot.
Finesse.
And then you hang on, hit up on the D-pad.
That's up. Okay.
All right, that's good. And then you hit B, and just aim.
Well, how do you make that arrow go away?
Up on the D-pad. You jumped over it.
Yeah. I think realistically Neuer could have gotten his hand on that. Wait, so
you hold B. No, yeah. Now you hold B.
But there's still that arrow there.
Oh, click down. Right here.
Oh, okay.
BKs, baby. We need our full attention. I'm sorry, podcast. Sorry, podcast T. I need my full attention here.
See, now you look like an asshole if you are to like look at somebody's controller.
True.
There's more than the integrity aspect now. It's you just kind of suck as a person if you do it. And everybody knows it too. Oh.
Alright. Let's go. Okay. Oh wait.
This isn't gonna end well.
No. Let's go. I had 3 shots.
He was trying to do a cartwheel, didn't it? Like the way it was like going off. Danny Alves.
Let's go. I'll take it, man. I'll take game 1. 2 out of 3. I got game 1. And podcast continues. Let's go, folks. Sorry for pausing for a little bit. We had to get serious there in a minute for.
I think I'm only gonna value possession this game. I'm just gonna possess, make you and everybody else happy.
So let's. What's our next topic? What are you thinking about? Anything on mind?
That's kind of sounded like the song. I get those goosebumps every time.
Yeah, I'm turning into Travis Scott. I should be a rapper, man.
Would you want to discuss Messi and Ronaldo?
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I've had this debate a few times recently on the podcast, and I don't know, like I haven't had it as elaborate as I'd like to have it.
I will try my hardest, but I'm not honestly that. I don't know too much about him. I personally am a Cristiano Ronaldo fan because of I like his personality. Honestly, I just kind of being American, but like I like that he speaks English because I know what he's actually.
Yeah, it's a good point. Messi doesn't even speak English.
I like his play style more. I don't know. He's like flashy, but at the same time a good team player. I don't know.
Very effective. Yeah.
I just as far as a human and. A player, I just like Cristiano Ronaldo is my personal opinion.
Dude, he's honestly like going off the topic of like him as a human, he's honestly like the closest thing I've ever seen to like perfection. Not to say I'm somebody that tries to like chase perfection because that's the most elusive thing you're ever going to chase and you're never going to reach that, but that's just unattainable. But I don't know, like he's kind of just good at life in every aspect.
What do you? Yeah, like
he's got a nice family. He's a really like altruistic person. He like donates blood to something. It's he doesn't drink alcohol.
Yeah, he doesn't do any drugs. I don't think. Which I mean, I know a little bit about him, but like not too much. He just moved to Juventus, which is a crazy thing to talk about.
No tattoos.
Yeah, no.
Messi has a ton of tattoos.
Yeah, he does. I don't know. As far as a human being, like everything that I've seen out of Ronaldo, I don't have any complaints about it.
Well, here's a question. Who would you rather meet?
Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo, 100%. 100%. That's not even a question. Messi's cool, but I couldn't even talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. True. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I would definitely meet Ronaldo, like for so many different reasons in comparison to Messi. But I don't know. I've always been a Messi fan personally on who I like more. But like probably the past, it was beautiful. Probably the past year or so, I've started to think maybe Ronaldo. Especially, I mean, he's 3 Champions Leagues and a Euro.
He's good, man. I'd like to see what he can do at Juventus. This is gonna be a change. Why did he leave Real Madrid? He had it made. Just tired of the same old thing.
I don't know. Maybe his role at the club.
I don't know.
I do think those are the number 1 and 2 greatest players of all time.
Oh, definitely.
And I think Mbappe is going to be up there as well.
I think LeBron James and Cristiano Ronaldo are the best athletes. Maybe Tom Brady. That was a good run. But I think as far as athlete, LeBron James is the greatest athlete on this earth. That dude is a tank.
He is a tank.
That dude is unreal.
I know my grandpa always argues this guy. He was a Native American in like the early 1900s. His name's Jim Thorpe. And apparently he was like super fast. Like it sounds like kind of like a myth and kind of like a folk tale almost. But he would like outrun a train apparently, which
really
is cool. But like how fast is the train going? Like,
true.
Because some trains no human being's ever going to catch. So is that even really like an impressive feat?
You think he was faster than Usain Bolt?
Unlikely.
Okay, so my camera just stopped. I don't know what's the last thing we said. I don't know how far it overlapped, but we're starting right now.
Cool.
Right now.
Cool.
Okay. Back to business.
Yeah, but as far as his name's Jim Thorpe. He played football, and apparently he was just a monster at football. But I don't know. I guess
How old? Like what time frame? Like do you know when your grandpa or does he talks about him? So he had to be before his time.
Yeah, I think he was before my grandpa's time. I think he was in the 1930s. I want to say I could be wrong. He was a Native American in the United States.
He was just a tank. He played football. Like
he played football and ran track.
No, it's a goal.
Oh yes, I'll take it, baby.
Damn. Yeah. Just people cease to amaze me with some things that people. Have you ever seen like a Red Bull, like people are awesome video? Like there's people that like. Have you ever know what hang gliding is? Maybe it's not hang gliding. What's like the thing where they're in wingsuits?
Yeah, that's what I've always heard it. Dude, I knew what you were talking about from the start. But
could you imagine that, dude? Like how do people? First off, how do you get good at that? Like how do you just try it?
I would love to get into some like hardcore sport like that. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but that'd be sick.
Yeah, it'd be adrenaline in general. Like, oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, I just couldn't imagine. Like, that has to be the best feeling. Those like you can't. Humans don't fly. Those people are flying. Like not actually, because they like can't just take off when they want. But that's like the closest thing that humans are gonna get to flying. God, nailing me this game. Yeah, there's those 17 shots from last game.
Kind of curious what happened. I don't know how I won this tackle.
Thomas Muller doesn't know how he won either.
Yeah, really. I don't think he even like went in for a tackle. I think he just tried to dribble and then hit my leg, and then it just happened to bounce right in front of me. And Thomas Muller's a great player. I love playing with him in FIFA. Very reliable. He scores a lot too.
Mm-hmm. I was a big fan of him in the World Cup. Like not in Russia, but in Brazil.
Oh, dude, he probably should have won MVP. Honestly,
I just heard his name so often. Like he just had such a big impact in the game. He didn't have. Germany was not that good this year or this World Cup.
I think they were. I didn't see too much of group play because I was on vacation, unfortunately. And fortunately, saved some time watching soccer. Probably watched too much if I would. But I don't know. I'm sure they played well, just didn't get the result they wanted, and I think they just had a bad start, and then that resulted in like unfortunate.
I'm super upset the United States didn't make the World Cup, but Do you think if the United States was the biggest like soccer was the biggest focus in the United States, do you think we'd be the best country in the world? Or like athletically? Like imagine if LeBron James focused all his energy into soccer.
Well, I don't think LeBron would be very successful at soccer.
Or
I don't think he has the body type, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
We definitely have the population and the funds to support it. Like we have the money to put into the sport and definitely have the population. I think we can be a lot more competitive than we are, and I think we will. Like a really good example I like to use.
Aaron Robin. That was a great foot.
Yeah, that was a good right foot shot for him. What was I saying? So like back home where I live, I always like struggled to find like a good field to play on, like just in my free time. And since then, so like now, back then there were no turf fields. We used to have to play on this like it was a pretty decent grass field, but we had to go to this one grass field to practice. And like our high school field like sucked. So like I was very limited on like what I had access to, and this was literally in 2014. So now it's 2018, and there's an entire turf complex just probably 4 or 5 miles from my house. There are three different turf high school fields right by my house, also probably about 5 miles from my house, and then there's also another turf complex. So like this all has happened within 4 years. So like what I would argue is that the kids that wanted to put in great ball and shot, the kids that wanted to put in the time and the work and the effort into their game to improve, they now have that accessibility, and it's a lot easier for them to improve at the sport. So I think that's just one variable, but that's a great indicator of like where soccer in the United States is headed, and the popularity. Like I've literally seen it. I used to be called a field fairy, all the time, and now I don't really get shit for playing soccer.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like people are like more okay with it. It's kind of weird.
It's gotten really socially acceptable in America, like significantly more.
But at the same time, you're talking about like the lack of like field. But like the people in South America, it's like those kids play in the street and or on a dirt field with 2 trash cans as their goal, and you know what I mean. Like the passion for it is just incredible, and it's so weird to me that the United States just doesn't have it. Like why? Like what? There's obviously some hype around it. Like every other country in the world loves soccer. Not every country, but you know what I'm talking about. Like it's easily the most popular sport across the globe.
Right.
So like, what happened to the United States? Like, why is it just not?
I don't know the answer to that. I know my parents didn't even have the option. My mom didn't even have the option to play
soccer
if she wanted. Yeah, in my area that like I grew up in, now there are just so many different options. And I don't think America's success. But there's no way. There's no way America's success is going to come from people just playing pickup. Although that can like add like a creative element to the sport, I feel. I just don't think I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna come from like organizations like forming like the developing our youth academy and everything.
Alright, let's see what you got here. Whoa, let's go. It's a game.
I thought it'd psych you out going up the middle.
I almost dove.
I wanted to hit it like up more.
Let's go, Neymar.
Just not good at PKs, man.
I wish soccer was big. Let's go.
It'll keep growing, and we'll start to put more focus into it as a country, and we're going to create more Pulisic's. He's just more Landon Donovans, more Clint Dempsey's. Like, we're going to create, like, they're just the first. I think we'll be very competitively worldwide, like within a few years.
I hope so, man.
I think within
because there's nothing like the World Cup. Like there's nothing like like that. Like America, like we love football, we love everything, but we love our city. We don't love America. Like we root for them in the World Cup, but it's not like what it's like in Mexico. Like the whole country shuts down for the World Cup game.
You know, something else that'll probably impact for lasting, like have a lasting impact is whenever the World Cup actually comes here, because that'll probably inspire a lot of people. So it's 2 World Cups from now, so it's 8 years, which I'm very optimistic, because I think that's when we're going to start to see like a lot of growth, because they're completely rebuilding the program right now. Like a lot of younger players have been coming up.
How cool would it be if we won the World Cup when it came here? Like if the United States won the World Cup. That'd be insane.
It's hard to say, because 8 years from now, who knows who will even like be good.
True.
But yeah, good point. I mean, it's possible. I think it's extremely unlikely.
Good goal. Good goal. Good goal. I'm salty for that one.
I was about to sweat and pass it over to Robin.
It's a good goal though. Like so when not this year because the United States wasn't in the World Cup, but a lot of me and my buddies we play ultimate frisbee at our high school all the time. And when the World Cup was going on in Brazil, when the United States was in the World Cup, we played soccer. And like there was like 10-on-10 soccer games here just because of the World Cup really was going on, so it was on everyone's mind. Everyone had a good time, but like the only time I've ever like had a pickup soccer game was that couple weeks span where the World Cup was on. When America was in like 4 years.
Right, and maybe that hype will kind of have a ripple effect. You know?
I hope it does, man, because that was awesome, dude.
That's funny you say that, because I was playing a lot of pickup soccer in 2014 as well. Whenever that World Cup went on, that was a really awesome summer, because the World Cup had like a magnificent impact, like an incredible impact on like the quality of my summer.
Also, I feel like it being in Brazil, just the colors, just like Brazil being Brazil.
Right.
And like Russia, to me, Russia seems like gray and cold. I mean, it probably wasn't cold until the middle of summer, but it doesn't have that World Cup like it was in South Africa like in 2010. Like, I feel like
Brazil
it needs to be in like a fun like music like crazy environment. Can you just heard Cavani, man?
I'll take it.
I don't know, just it being in Russia is kind of gloomy. The red square and all that's cool, but it's just not, to me personally, it was just a personal thing. I just don't think it had the very World Cup atmosphere. Then again, I don't know, that could just be me.
Oh, wow.
Let's go get it out. I gotta score soon, man. This is my time right here. Right here, we're scoring.
Yeah, that is a good point. I didn't. It probably a lot of it had to be with the fact that we weren't in it, and we had a lot of success in the last World Cup too in 2014.
Yeah, I was like shocked and like kind of sad. I was sad when I heard the United States wasn't in it. Like, I was legitimately sad.
Oh, same. I remember where I was. I was walking home from class on campus, and I get a call from my cousin saying that we lost, and I was like, dude. What the fuck? Like, I was like, are you serious? Because we lost to some no-name team, like Trinidad. I think that's who we lost to, was Trinidad and Tobago or something. And, like, they had no stakes. Like, they didn't qualify either. So, like, we literally just lost. Just ridiculous. Let's just choose new teams, honestly.
Okay, yeah. Last game, we'll choose new teams. All right, we're going to pick you up. It'll be 2 seconds for you, but...
I don't know why he popped in my head, but...
Yeah, what kind of music have you been listening to recently? Is it just him? What's your like go-to? We live like an hour away from each other. What are you gonna listen to on the way home? Like if you had to choose a music.
Ooh, so if I had to choose my number one artist, this is probably my top 5 in order. Skizzy Mars, Chance the Rapper. I love Skizzy Mars. I'm not a huge fan of like what he stands for, but his vibe is just like, I'm very receptive to it. Like it just really fits well for me personally.
He has a unique sound for sure.
True. Absolutely. I didn't know if you knew who he was. I know a lot of people aren't really familiar with Skizzy Mars.
Dude, I know a lot about rap. I don't know
Whit Lowry.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I do know a lot of like underground and normal rappers.
Okay.
Like I'm pretty big on that. I look up a lot of like rap videos, I guess you could say.
Good for you, yeah. It's a cool culture.
So you.
And then I'd probably say it's hard to choose a number 3 after that, but maybe Drake.
No, of course, Drake. I feel like anything Drake does goes immediately viral, dude. That dude's like the biggest celebrity, I feel like.
Who would you say the greatest artist of our generation is?
Of our generation, or like the most successful?
In your opinion, the greatest artist, just musically gifted.
Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Dude, yeah. That dude's incredible. That dude's on a whole nother level, dude. Everything he's just has like you have to listen, and you have to really. He makes you really listen and really think. I love Kendrick Lamar.
He's talented. He is. I don't under, people say he's on another level. What do you mean by that? Because I hear that a lot.
If you listen to
like a higher state of consciousness kind of deal, because that's what I
mean, not even that, but every song is so every song is thought out. He puts together full-length albums. Like Good Kid, Mad City is a story almost. Every song is a story, and it like all plays into one. And then, like, so for the first half of the album, it's like talking about like him growing up and this girl named Shireen and like the problems he's had and just different stuff like that, and then just growing up in his rough neighborhood. And then halfway through the album, he like gets famous, and then you meet Dr. Dre, and then it's all so well put together and so.
Oh, so it's like kind of like a story of his life.
It's a story, at least my interpretation from it. And then To Pimp a Butterfly, a lot of people don't like it as much because it's more jazzy and like very, I thought it got through.
So what are some songs? I'm so bad with knowing I always appreciate like single hits. I don't really know like what's on what album.
So like Mad City, you've probably heard Mad City before.
What is it? Yeah. I was literally listening to it. Or what was I listening?
But that's another goal.
No.
But the thing that I was trying to tell you earlier is like that he like the whole album is a poem that he recites at the beginning of certain songs throughout the whole entire album, and you connect the pieces as the album goes along, and then finally he reads the whole poem and it all makes sense, and every song is that was incredible. Every song just. It's all about what he just said, and then at the very end it just clicks. You're like, holy crap. Like I've listened to it like numerous times all the way through, but every single time I catch something that I didn't catch the first time.
That's art.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Every single time I get the chills. I'm gonna get the chills even talking about it, just because every single time I'm like, dang, dude, I did not realize that the time before, and he just blows my mind every time I listen to his album.
That's art, and that's powerful. That's really.
That's why I think Kendrick Lamar is the greatest artist of our generation.
What do you think determines like the greatest artist? Because me personally, the reason I wouldn't argue that Skizzy Mar is the greatest artist. I don't think he is. I think he's my personal favorite.
Mm-hmm. I have a pretty decent answer to that. I think it's if they can make you think, they can't be too simple. Like you have to. You have to. It has to be elaborate. Like can't
thought-provoking lyrics.
Yes. In general, just like it can't be mindless, dude. Like you should have to. It should make you think.
That's why I don't like any of the new rap, like the trap rap, like Lil Yachty and all those guys.
I mean, I can appreciate them because they're artists too. They make sound. They do what they do. But it's not. It's not gonna last forever. Like I listen to Kendrick Lamar's old albums all the time now. And they just don't get old.
Right. The time with Drake. Ooh, good save.
But that's what I think Kendrick is. I've stumbled, and now people are like, oh, you don't know anything about music, little boy. You said you came in.
No, who cares what anybody has to say?
But
because you have your opinion. Everybody has their own opinion.
And I like to look and like make my own interpretations. So I could have that's what I get out of Kendrick Lamar's album.
And I feel like it's all about the feeling you receive.
So I could be completely off. Like maybe it's not what I just told you earlier, but that's what I got out of it. And I think it's that elaborate. I'm sure it's even more elaborate than I can even say. I don't know.
Well, that's what it is for you.
Exactly.
Which it's probably just completely different for somebody else because they got different perception of it, and they're interpreting it completely different than you are.
Which is that's also what makes good art. Is if a bunch of people are determined, like like old paintings are like, oh, this and that, like I love the way they do this, and us, like at least for me, I'm like, what the hell is this like crazy person talking about?
Right.
But that's just something we don't understand, and some people don't like Kendrick Lamar, but I don't know. I think he's incredible. This is a goal. Long range.
He's up there. I don't think he'd be in my top 5 personally, but he's up there for me. I really like Kendrick. I think he's really talented.
I just like
Kanye be in yours?
No. I mean, I appreciate Kanye, but
I don't think he'd be in my top 5.
Personally, I don't like. I guess I would just. My favorite sound, my favorite music sound period is the West Coast sound. Like,
Okay.
starting back even from like the old days, like Snoop and like I've been listening to a lot of like really old rap, like Doggy Style and all like.
I think that's actually
America's
before that.
Most Wanted. Yeah, that is definitely fast.
NWA maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, NWA, but Doggy Style was Snoop Dogg's like first.
Oh no way! I didn't know what that was. Okay.
Yeah, no, and it's that like just G-funk, the sound, the beats are like super playful, but the lyrics are just literally so incredibly vulgar, and it's just I don't know. There's just something about it. I love the West Coast sound. That's my favorite.
That's sick. That's sick.
Here comes the corner.
What's your favorite? Like, do you say you like Skizzy, but like, do you have like a Atlanta, like you know Lil Yachty and the Migos? They have that's Atlanta sound. Like that's like trap.
Oh, okay, well
like,
said,
what's
well
your
said.
favorite? Like,
I wouldn't say an area defines that, but if I had to say like I would say very like chill, calming music that can like just relax me. Like that's probably my favorite kind of music to listen to, and like I don't know, just like soothing. Like if I can like find it like calming.
What's your favorite Chance?
I'd say
Or
Acid Rap.
mixtape? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Me too. It's easy. Acid Rap is one of the greatest albums I think ever.
I think it's incredible.
You can listen. I can listen to every single song on there. That's another one. It literally just doesn't get old. Is Acid Rap.
Right. Yeah, it really doesn't. Really doesn't.
I would love. Supposedly, I do like Kanye's sound. I think he's like very incredible, like with his producing and everything. And I think him and Chance are supposedly making a album together. You know, like the Kid Cudi Kanye, like the Pusha T Kanye. I think Chance is. Yeah, I think Chance is doing the same thing with
Okay.
Kanye. So I'm looking very forward to that. If that's the truth, I hope it is.
Those are two artists I really enjoy.
Definitely. Like I said, like Kanye is incredible. Like you have to appreciate what he does, but would I put him up there? Not personally.
Honestly, those two as people add a lot to like how much I like their music, like what they represent. Because I think Kanye's a tragic hero. I think he has a lot of great shit to say. Actually, here, we'll take this. I'm gonna show you. This is my background on my phone. So, I just got too many texts. It didn't come up because I got too many texts because I'm so freaking popular.
Yeah, dude, that's just
I'm just so
bad.
popular.
That's just a, you know.
I don't want to back.
Price you gotta pay.
Exactly. So, criticism can bother you, but you should be more bothered if there's no criticism. That means you're too safe. And that's like the mentality I am kind of taking with this podcast. To kind of remind you like to not care what anybody else thinks and not to just keep pure intentions and kind of forget what anybody else has to say about it.
So for you, it's podcasting. For me, I love making videos, man. Like just writing sketches and then like for me, the way I look at making videos is like I have a vision in my head, and I create this fake world, not fake, but like it's fake scenario, and then it becomes real, and it's just there forever. Like my YouTube videos will never go away, ever. I'm never gonna delete. That's why I don't delete any Instagram. I don't delete anything I do anymore. I will not. I will never delete because that's there forever. Like why would I want to delete that?
I like that too. Like creating something that's gonna outlive you.
Yeah. Like yeah. So if I pass away, dude, you can still see my personality and literally see me through what I've created, and that's incredible.
Well, when you pass away.
Yeah, when. Yeah, it's not an if. That's
I think about that all the time. I'm like, wow.
Which is it's kind of dark. I don't really want. I don't want to think about that, but it's true, man. If like.
Oh, I think about it all the time.
It's. I mean, I can't lie. I do too, but I just don't like to. I hate getting down that path because then I start thinking about that, and then I start, I don't know, going down a road. Then I'm like, fuck, man, I can't be thinking like this.
It's fair. It's fair.
My camera's also blinking red, and I really hope it does not die.
What does it mean when it blinks red?
It's almost dead.
Oh, okay.
So, but this game's almost over, so we're gonna have to be wrapping up this podcast soon. But I think this is a pretty. Like it turned out to be pretty solid, in my opinion.
Should we just conclude it and just assume I won?
No, because we'll keep it going. If you score one more, we'll conclude it. But stick around.
I just also did.
You might take.
Oh, 2-0 is nothing, man. You score one goal, you're right back in it. Then you got the momentum on your side, and you score another, you got complete momentum. 2-0 is not a safe lead at all.
Nope. But I gotta get down there. I feel like time flies in FIFA. It's 72 minutes and literally 30 seconds over 90. Oh, dude, if you would have hit that, I would have quit. But yeah, what's your overall like? What do you think about this medium, this gaming video?
Dude, this is a lot of fun. This is I think we've had a really awesome conversation. Lukaku.
That was good. It's a good goal. I think we have 2, and I don't think I would.
I'm not playing the replay so we can finish the game.
I don't think I would do this like all the time, but I think every once in a while this would be kind of a fun video to put.
Dude, I'm not coming back over on winter break. We can do this again if you want.
100%.
If you want.
100%.
This is. I do think this is really cool, and this is the only video game I play. Like I said.
Oh yeah,
So
I mean, in the end of the day, we're literally just chilling, playing FIFA.
Yeah.
Just be talking. Like I said before we started, we're just structured chilling. We have little topics we want to talk about, and we're just playing some FIFA. Just so happens other people can join our conversation, which is also a really cool part about making content, because other people can be with us. Technically.
True. Going back to what you were saying earlier, though, like I think about that a lot. Like your grandkids, like. Let's assume the human race lasts to like where we have grandkids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So if you think back on your grandparents, especially at like this age, what do you think of? You don't really think of much because there's not really much going on.
No, exactly. All we have is a picture. I'm gonna record on my phone just in case.
Oh, that's fair.
That way we have.
Oh, so
this
we have the
goes
audio.
out. Yeah, if this goes out, we at least have the audio.
Cool.
All right. But sorry. Restart. Say that again.
Oh, so we'll still have FIFA going.
Yeah.
It'll just be like.
Yeah. It'll just be.
Okay, cool.
You're saying so like so our grandparents, all we have is a picture. We have no personality. We don't know how they look. We know what they look like, but we don't have anything beside that. Our grandkids are gonna be able to watch our old videos.
Exactly. They're gonna have a lot better idea of like what our personalities were like, what kind of people we were, and that's cool to me.
Yeah, that's
really cool.
Very cool.
And especially especially if you think back on like your great grandparents, like. Dude, literally nothing comes to mind.
No.
Literally nothing. Like, nothing. I don't know anything about what my ancestors were like. Nothing.
Based on all we have is stories, which is cool in a way, but also, oh, that was a great shot. Which is cool in a way. Yeah, I'm glad we did that when we did, man, because it was tough.
Oh, nice.
Which is very cool in a way, but it also is. This is cool. This is going to be cooler. We might have goofy stuff, but our grandkids are going to be able to see what we've done and really get to know us on a better level. So let me turn this around. We're about to end this on my iPhone. And this is a look behind the scenes. We got Jordan. Look at this green screen. This is what it looks like from our perspective. There's the camera. Some coffee. But yeah. Thank you for watching if you did. This is a new style. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to do this all the time, but I really, it was fun. It was a good time. So I hope you enjoyed the FIFA. If you did enjoy the FIFA, let us know. If you did, let us know. Like I said, either way, let us know in the comments because feedback's awesome. So, thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Pod the Podcast. Jordan, thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah.
And until next
Jordan's
time.
subjective perspective.
Yeah, go. I'll put his link in the description. Go watch his podcast. He's a lot more episodes than I do, so he does some cool stuff. So, thank you again for watching. If you stay this long, let us know. Until next time, see you.
Deuces.